Let's get some legal insight into this matter. What is the legal premise of the Defense Headquarters declaration of IPOB as a terrorist organization?
Thank you, Sean. Certainly, there is no legal basis for the declaration of IPOB as an illegal organization. It is not in the position of the military to make those declarations, and I think certainly the military hierarchy needs to understand that this is a democracy. They are guided by the rule of law. There is a constitution, and there are laws and processes for declaring an organization an illegal organization. And if you look at the Terrorism Act of 2011, the procedure for declaring an organization a terrorist organization is outlined therein. So I think the military needs to go back and read the law and understand that they are an institution that are subject to the laws of this country. They have no right to declare an organization to be illegal. But certainly I think that there are concerns about the situation of things in the country. There are agitations across the country. IPOB is only one of those tendencies, and certainly we expect that everybody who is aggrieved should operate within the laws of the country in expressing their grievances, and we expect that IPOB will operate within the law of the country to express its grievance. The whole idea or the whole notion that the Southeast wants a Biafran country is totally wrong. I have not seen too many people from the Southeast of the country who really want a Biafran country. What you see are people who are very aggrieved about what is described as marginalization, about the inequity and inequality that this particular administration, but even beyond this administration, but much more so this administration has perpetrated. And I think that people are angry that this government is very insensitive to the need to balance and be equitable in allocation of resources, in involvement of people in government, and in the way that it carries on. When you look at the army, I think you get concerned about how many internal wars it is fighting. The army is probably today stationed in no less than 32 states of the country. There are areas of this country that have major issues arising from external aggression. And a couple of weeks ago, it was from Bakassi, where Nigerians were pushed out by the Cameroonians. They were crying and begging for intervention for the military. We expect that in line with the laws that are set up with the military, in line with the constitutional requirements of the military's role in protecting the territorial integrity of this country, that the issue of Bakassi should be a major focus for them. The second issue is the issue of foreigners who are entering this country at will in the guise of being headsmen, who are busy carrying out all acts of aggression and killing of Nigerians. They have penetrated several nooks and crannies of this country. The army is doing nothing about this. These are acts of aggression from foreign nationals, from foreign countries, from foreign entities against Nigeria and against Nigerian citizens. And we are very disappointed that rather than face these issues, the army is instead generating internal wars in the country and fighting and abusing the rights of citizens. Let me be expressly clear, though, the Biafran, the IPOB organization has no right to speak for the people of the Southeast to demand for a Biafran country. The majority of people in the Southeast do not want a Biafran country. They want equality, they want equity, and this administration has particularly exacerbated the anger and bitterness that we now see today, and it needs to reverse what is going on and take action to be able to address the inequalities that the people of the Southeast are continuously talking about. And when you go into the Southeast in the guise of fighting IPOB and commit such heinous human rights abuses, what you are doing is creating even more sympathy for IPOB from people who do not believe in what IPOB is doing, do not believe in the ideology of IPOB, do not believe in the methodologies of IPOB. And there are several millions of people from the Southeast who do not believe that. But when you go in and attack and abuse people who are doing their businesses, you kill people, then you create sympathies, and that is dangerous for this country, and the army needs to put a stop to what it is doing. It is not in the interest of Nigeria's democracy.
All right, then, let's quickly come to Lagos here. I've seen being joined in the Lagos studio by Pastor Ladi Thompson, a clergyman in Lagos and a security consultant. Many thanks for coming on the program. Just quickly, before we go on this break, if you may weigh in on this matter. The federal government has come out to say that IPOB is being sponsored by those they refer to as the coalition of politically disgruntled and the treasury looters. What do you make of this?
Well, if you ask me, first of all, I'm a very sad man at the loss of lives that we have seen in the Southeast. But if we want to answer these questions and look at things in a more mature manner, we need to agree with ourselves that there's nothing happening today that should be surprising anybody. If as a farmer you plant yam, and you know that within 20 months, 24 months, there will come a harvest, a lot of the problems we are facing today, with the lives being lost, are problems that were created even before Nigeria was born.
Okay, Pastor Ladi Thompson, we'll take a breather, but when we return, IPOB has a tag hanging around its neck. According to the military, they are enemies of the state. Is that all to it? Our focus when we return. Stay with us, everyone.